Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my little love bugs. This is Michelle the Oracle coming at you today. It's another beautiful day here in Zamunda. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are. I'm in the middle of a park on a Saturday, and I know there's going to be distractions everywhere. There's going to be people walking by, looking, commenting, making their own noise, and I am right here with you. Peacefully, quietly. It's just us right here, right now, talking no matter what is going on around us right now, in our lives, in our work, in our family, even us, right? All that matters is we slow down and we get inside of ourselves and connect right here. I am right here with you presently. What does that mean, and how did she get there? Right? Like, I felt pushed. I'm not gonna lie, I took a break from doing these videos. So much in my own personal evolution has been happening. And of course, we're gonna teach from experience. I took a little break. I had to find my own path. I had to make sure that I was staying on it, that I was doing the work instead of just blabbering it out to you guys, right? I have to do it too. If I want a certain outcome, I have to put it into practice first. It's such a responsibility, but it's been a fun job. Now I'm back. We had an Aries new moon. I can't human time anymore. It was a Monday, and we had an Aries new moon, and I was expecting a slingshot. I was expecting a launch pad to happen. Here comes my first loud people, and I'm not going to pay attention to them. I thought that I was going to launch off into the next thing that I was supposed to do. But what actually happened is I took a nice 3-day cocoon inside, where I was wondering how come I had this desire to be launched in the first place. Wasn't I in charge of the launching? Isn't this is what I was trying to tell people and all that? Isn't that what we were trying to teach? So of course I needed to do the lesson first. So I cocooned, and while I was wondering why things weren't setting up, I'm going to put you on pause for just a second. I'm back. So I had to take those 3 days cocooning and figuring out why is it that I thought I was missing something. And it occurred to me, well, why don't you rest? How come I was fighting this opportunity to rest? Why did I expect, right? Because that's an old paradigm thinking, expectation. I expected a new moon in Aries meant that I was going to be on fire Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Instead, I was in a cocoon on my couch, not wanting to talk to anybody, spirit, myself, my family. And it learned me. I learned it. I'm not to expect anymore. This is the paradigm we're moving out of. I'm moving away from what humans think. I'm moving into what we already know. Does that make any sense? And what we really know is opposite of everything they've taught us to do. There's cards in the tarot deck that readers are still reading as negative. We're trying to get the collective not to be negative anymore. We're trying to look at the 5 of Cups card, right? There's 3 cups that are spilled on the ground. And we're still saying that that's a negative card, that we're focused on the past, instead of turning it into a positive card and looking at the 2 cups that are behind us. So that's what I've started to do. The Tower card, when it comes up, and if this doesn't make any sense to you, you can Google tarot cards and figure out what I'm talking about. But a lot of you that are watching this are already talking about this stuff, are already interested. The Tarot card of the Tower, when it comes out, it's this building on fire and there's people jumping out and it looks chaotic. And sometimes tarot readers read it as negative. And it always kind of bothered me to do that, because I'm trying to get the collective to get out of that negative thinking. We're trying to move from something of programming that everything is bad, everything is suffering, everything is negative, instead of, practicing ourselves. Us healers, if we want everyone to start moving in the direction we're going to have to really commit to it first. I have to do it first. I have to make the first focused move and stay focused. When I'm in a park and I have families around me and trying to distract and stop me from my purpose, I'm staying right here. I'm in this path. I'm connected here, right here with you. We have to stop thinking in the old ways. We have to really embrace the idea and the knowledge that our thoughts are so powerful that the minute we think something, we've put it out there and it's on its way. Have you ever thought about that? Has anyone ever told you that the things that happen in your mind are so powerful that you make them happen, that when it comes out of your mouth, it's even more magnified and it comes back to you even quicker? They call it karma. Some people call karma a bitch. I say she's misunderstood. Karma operates the way she's supposed to. It's not even a she. Karma is just an energy, just like love, just like money, just like all this stuff that we're trying to teach you and wake you up about. What you put out there in thought, in words, has an instant bounce back to what you have manifested. Good, bad, pretty, ugly. So if we know this, let's choose the upper path. The other way isn't working. It's not working today. I can see it everywhere. Can't you see it everywhere? The negativity, the pullback, and the more you feel pushed to expand and explore and be real, the harder they pull you back. It's happening to me too. The higher up I float, even though you guys know I don't consider it a leveling up, it's a switching over. But every time I feel I'm launching up higher, I feel the 3D people pulling me back down, trying to get back to where they are. Because they're uncomfortable. This is bothering them. They don't like people speaking truth. They don't want you to know stuff. This is why we're under this programming. That's why we think that we are limited by our own abilities. Here comes a train, another distraction. I'm not going to stop. It doesn't matter what thought comes in my head, what action gets done by a human being, anything that may try to speed bump or blow its horn or get me to quit this path is wasting its time. I've taken the step. I'm off the launching pad. I've decided to move in a new direction. And the old ways and the old thinking and those old girl things, let's call it out, that girl stuff that keeps coming with the why and the I'm not good enough. I know it's all BS, but it's really pulling at me hard because I'm trying really hard to break up with it. So it's asking me to stay, and I'm lovingly telling it, no, baby cakes, I'm moving, because I want the rest of you to move as well. If we all want humanity to lift to its highest consciousness, then we have to do it first. And it has to be complete. It has to be full. It can't be half-assed anymore. Breaking Bad, right? I just binged on Breaking Bad for my 5th time. My 5th time, the journey of Breaking Bad. Do you guys watch it? Have you seen it? Oh my gosh, we're supposed to hate the idea of a meth maker, right? Ooh, bad drug guys. But the story of Walter White, the Breaking Bad story, and his awakening to what and who he was is beautiful. The writing of the characters around him are all mirrors for him, mirrors of his chakra. It's the story of life. This is how it operates for you. We all have, you know, all those characters that he had. We all have a Saul as a lawyer. We all have that guy as our partner, and I can't think of his name. He's the one who wins at the end. His name totally fell out of my head, but the Breaking Bad story is a story of awakening, and to humans it might look bad, but if you really watch it, his evolution, his grasping of who he loved who he was. Go, Walter. Man, that last scene at the end, I'm like, you better get it, Walter. That guy went out knowing what he was, not falling for the programming. I have to be a teacher. I have to work for this amount of money. I have to believe I'm limited by this degree or that person or this title or that family. It's BS. It's all a lie. And until we start practicing that all the time, and it's a work in progress. I'm telling you, it's hitting me as well. I've had things aligning in my life, the reality that I've been dreaming of for the past years. Human time means nothing to me. For the past years, the reality, the life that I have seen, that I have put out there in my movie of what I want to see, is literally floating into me like a magic carpet right now. It sounds great, huh? But I'm still doing this just like you. And I have immediate thoughts of, yes, accept that stuff, soak all that stuff in, and I still have the human 3D pull of, maybe it's not yours. Maybe it's going to be taken back away. Maybe this isn't real after all, after feeling it 100% in me that it was. And I have to be very aware, and I have to stay woke and pay attention that those are thoughts that are trying to pull me back. So I'm not going to fight them. I keep seeing questions on Facebook, light workers and such, expressing the need to cry, but they're holding back the tears and they don't know where all this emotion is coming from and they want to suppress it all. And I say, let it flow, let it come out. This is stuff that has to come out. The more we suppress it and keep it in and try to tell ourselves that we have control of it, the longer it's going to stay and fester inside. Like I said, we have to do this stuff first. We have to, like one of my closest warrior soul friends used to teach me, we have to walk the talk. We can't just talk the talk anymore. We have to walk in it, absorb it into ourselves first. Be aware. Don't overanalyze. Don't be overcritical. Don't over-filter yourself. Just be aware. Get in the balcony and sit up there and watch what's happening. Watch it when occasions come up to you where you can see the road split and you can see this decision of something that you used to do. You see a situation coming and you can either embrace it with your new acceptance of surrender and all is well and the universe is constantly working in my favor, or this path of I'm kind of scared about this situation, so I'm going to blow and express everything that I fear. It does. Right? This just happened to me. I'm speaking to you from experience. I had a split and I saw it coming. And I was hoping that I would take this path. The universe is constantly working in my favor. So of course this is going to work out. But I didn't. And it's okay. I was totally aware when I was walking down this path. I heard it. Michelle, you're scared. Let that shit out. I'm sorry to curse. I've been trying not to this whole time doing this video series, but I curse a lot. This human does a lot. Those of you who know me, it's the best part about me, right, is I curse. But I want to keep this as clean and you know, it bothers some people. So I want to keep that reaction away. But I got to tell you, really, that's all BS. I took this road, I expressed fear, I let it barf out, and the person that I did it to, of course, reacted the old way, you know? And me and this person had already handled things, and the universe is always working in my highest interest. We had taken that path together, but I gave into fear, so they, on the mirror, gave into fear. They did an old reaction. I gave an old reaction, and I processed. I was aware the entire time. I was woke in all of that, even though I took this old 3D path. But that's part of the awakening process. This is part of the lesson. We're going to be making mistakes. They're not mistakes. They're necessary. Maybe that piece of fear that I expressed to, thank God, my beautiful human that is a mirror for me, maybe expressing that fear was totally perfect, right? It was in there festering, getting disease. And my body was rejecting it because it knows I'm taking a higher path. So of course of course I did. Of course I did. And of course they did. Of course we did all that. You know, the good news was we were woke through the whole thing. Now I know, I'm very aware. I immediately reconciled it, got over it, let it go, moved on, processed through it. It did bring up a yuck. I keep hearing about dark night of the soul. This is another thing that we need to stop telling people is a dark night. It's suffering. It's horrible. It's hell. It is. It is all that. It is all that, but it doesn't come with that fear. Don't embrace it with that fear. Dark night of the soul, I've had probably 8 or 9 of them now. 8 or 9 of them now. And just when I think they can't get darker, they do, and it's fine. I handle it like a champ. So why should I be afraid of darker? Why should I be afraid of night of the soul? When I have somebody, a psychic, an oracle, or anybody, tell me, yeah, you're going to go through a dark night of the soul, why should I go, and freeze up? I might stop. That's exactly probably why that came out, so that I'll stop. You're not stopping this train. You can distract me with all kaboom right now, and I'm not stopping. I'm on fire, and I'm here to light the rest of you up and help you remember that what we are is everything. We are everything. Heaven, the universe, all things created, light, dark, stars, plants, butterflies, anger, Adolf Hitler. We're all that. It is all collected in each and every one of you. You have the universe, everything, heaven, all of it is right inside what you think is casing, but it's not. This is a meat suit. This is going to come off. What this really is so much better. If I could show you, you could probably feel it. It's in you as well. That's what we are. We are it. It is us. We are the light that we're looking for. It's right here. If you don't follow their programming, if you try to process through and do some research about what they've been trying to tell you that is outside of you, you'll find control. You'll find truth. It's going to make you angry, but we can handle the truth. We can take it. Keep searching for it. Don't ask too many questions, but just let it happen. We're past this point of asking questions. Asking questions is one of my favorite things to do, but even I have to let go of those questions and just let it be. It just is. It just is. This is so much bigger than all of us. Part of the journey is kind of being disappointed that they tell you you're going to be a certain thing, that you are limited in this little box. Part of the disappointment and the fear is actually finding out that you are not this little box, that you are everything. And they lied, but it's okay because they didn't know, because they were told, because they were scared. You are everything. I am everything. We are not separate from the other. God is not separate from you. You are not separate from a God. We are all the same thing, and it's all inside of us. Yesterday, I had this little mantra. It kept going through my head. On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. I did the chanting, I did the ohms, I did the whole thing. Anytime I felt negative yesterday, I pulled out, on earth as it is in heaven. And sometime in the middle of my day when I was feeling a little down, because I was processing yesterday, when I felt a little down, I heard loud and clear in my head, hey, what if we told you that heaven was inside you? That changed that whole mantra. On earth as it is in heaven. Holy shit, right? Again, with the curse words. You'll forgive me. On earth as it is in heaven? Seriously? Okay, well then I better help heaven get to heaven, right? It's kind of accurate. Take a look inside heaven right now. Look at your outside. We are to love God first. We are to worship God more than anything. We are to honor God and never lie to God and never covet anything outside of God. We are to look to God. We are the Son of God. Heaven is inside of you. It is all here right now. Can you believe they've been trying to keep that message from you? I can, and I see why. Can't you? You have to learn one to get to the other. We had to learn separation, to learn that there was no separation. We're not separate. I have people in my soul family that if I were to pinch my arm like that right now, I swear they would feel it. It really is the greatest trip of all time, is to learn reality, to learn truth, and then not only learn it, but to step into it and embrace it with all the fear that comes with it, with all the lessons. It's glorious. I'm going to wrap this up because this is a lot, but we're going to continue. I'm not stopping. Please, 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 please keep going. Stay with me. Let's recharge and go walk from the beginning of the video series. And let's come back to this point, because this is a launching point. We're changing it from here on out. We've got some lessons. We've evolved. I'm stepping into it, so you're going to next. Or you're coming with me. We're actually doing it together. There's nobody going first. This is all together. We're all connected. Playing the most incredible game of three-legged race. We're all connected to the other. We have to work together now. We have to lift each other up, and it starts with you. Love God first. Worship God first. Know that you are the I am first. Connect. It is not separate from you. Love is not separate from you. You are love. It was a lie. Please reach out to me on my Facebook page called Wide Awake with Michelle the Oracle. I have a cool new logo. Whoop, whoop. Another manifestation. That thing happened within 24 hours of putting it out there. I'm so, so, so grateful. And I thank the creator of it for me. That's a whole other beautiful story in itself. I love you guys so much. Connect with me on Facebook, Wide Awake with Michelle the Oracle. I do a daily column Monday through Friday where I answer questions from you. Give me a Hey Michelle, inbox me there on Facebook, or you can email it to me at michelletheoracle@gmail.com. I'm also available to do oracle readings by the hour, tarot readings by the half hour. I do twin flame unions, divine unions. I'm stepping out of the twin flame label and moving to divine union readings. I'm available for all that. Get on my page, get my info, get my digits, start sending me some messages. I'm here to help you guys, okay? Anything you need, I'm right here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, that's it. We love you guys. Have a spectacular day, afternoon, evening. Do this all the time, because it's here. It's here, it's coming, it's here, it's already here, along with another train. Have a fantastic day. You are so loved. Bye.